Hey guys, it's Kevin. Time to buy AI's cheapest stock. For me, that's Micron. Now, I may surprise you with that pick. And in fact, you may be sleeping on Micron. But if you are, you may be missing AI's greatest opportunity to buy in 2026. I'm going to jump in and share some of the data to help us validate my choice. But before I do that, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit like on this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do it now. It really makes a difference. It means a lot to the channel. I appreciate the time that you spend watching the videos. I'm going to deliver a video every single day that brings the type of insights to you to help you be a better investor, a more informed investor. So do me a favor and hit like. But let's jump in and talk about Micron first and foremost, and why I think it is such an undervalued stock and why it may be AI's cheapest stock. We know when you look at the headlines, NVIDIA and AMD capture all the headlines. But why not Micron? Why is Micron not hitting the same level when we know analysts are saying that memory is the next frontier in the AI marketplace? When we hear that we are entering a multi-year memory supercycle. So why is this memory king Micron not capturing the same attention as the others? This is a company that's crushed its earnings. They've sold their entire supply of high bandwidth memory for 2026. And if you look at the stock price, their valuation is significantly lower than those GPU giants I just shared. So why are we continuing to see when Micron not capture the attention? They had a 247% growth in their stock price year over year. And I think they're still undervalued. There's still opportunity and upside potential for us as investors. So if you're bullish on AI and you're looking for stocks to add to your portfolio or strengthen your position in your portfolio, Micron very well may be that choice. Let's jump in and take a look at it. Why? We'll keep the case short and simple tonight. But first, let's start off with the backbone of all of it. So we know if you look at any ChatGPT models, AI models, whether you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok, all of those models need massive amounts of memory to work effectively. And they don't just need any type of memory. They need high bandwidth memory. And there's only a few companies that deliver that type of advanced memory to the marketplace. There's only a few companies that can deliver that cutting edge design that help NVIDIA's Blackwell and AMD's MI chips work effectively. And Micron is right in the middle of that, and they're crushing it. If we take a look at their most recent quarter, you'll see that Micron's from their quarterly highlights, their revenue is just under $6 billion. Their earnings per share were up. The gross margin was up. And take a look at the last two pieces on the bottom there. I want to draw your attention there because what we're seeing is that their data center revenue is up 30% quarter over quarter. And the memory demand they've booked record high bandwidth memory sales. In fact, they've sold out. Their CEO came out and said, we are sold out. We're completely out of the 2026 supply. And we're looking to book 27. So this is great news for Micron because it means the volume and pricing, everything is locked in for 2026. It's great news for us as investors as well. And what we're seeing is the demand is so strong that Micron is pulling factories forward. And that's because we continue to hear that we're entering into this multi-year memory supercycle. And it's not just memory, it's high bandwidth memory. The projections for high bandwidth memory they're looking to exceed 100 billion way sooner than anyone expected. So guys, this isn't the traditional boom bust memory cycle that we're accustomed to. AI has broken that. AI has made it structural growth now. And Micron is proving that each and every quarter when they're driving revenue and they're demanding more pricing power than they ever had before. But here's the question that puzzles me is when we take a look at the valuation overall. Look on the screen here. If you look on your right, you see the differences between AI compute and AI memory. Same AI boom, very different valuations. And on the left side, we're looking at the valuation gap. This is what no one is talking about. When you look at AI memory, and particularly in the green is Micron, they are trading at a 10 to 11x or a forward price to earnings. If you compare that to NVIDIA and AMD, you'll see that NVIDIA is at a 30x and AMD is at a 45x. So what does this mean to us as investors? It means that you're getting a company with explosive AI demand, sold out capacity, and monster margins at half or maybe less the multitude of those big GPU giants we discussed. But Wall Street is catching up, and we're starting to already see the share price targets moving up for Micron. So they ended at about 345 a share last week. After hour tradings have been pretty flat, but the share price targets have now shifted to an average of 390 to 400 a share. That's about anywhere between 16 to a 30% upside for where the stock is trading today. And in fact, guys, there's some really bullish analysts that say if Micron continues to crush earnings at the rate that they are, we very well may see them double or triple their share price by the end of the year. So that means that we could end 2026 in a position where Micron share price is anywhere from 600 to 900 a share. That would be an amazing upside potential for us as investors. But we have to keep in mind that there are risks, right? There are risks. If memory does cycle, the competition is real with Samsung and Samsung and SK Hynix. And if the AI hype cools, there could be a pause. But we're not seeing that. The trends right now, supply is tight through 2026 and beyond. Cash is pouring in, and Micron is building US fabs like never before. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is just the fundamental change that Micron has undergone, which I think helps the valuation or the upside potential. So Micron in the past was very dependent on kind of consumer memory. They have shifted. If you look at their quarterly business unit financials here, you'll see the top two, cloud and core data centers, are now 60% of the revenue for Micron. It's very different than the past. And those two divisions are driving 60 and 55% gross margin, which is incredibly high. And it's a great testament that Micron has changed fundamentally. Their customer base has changed. They're meeting the demand that's out there with data centers, and we know that demand will continue for multi-years forward. So as I guys mentioned, the call to action here for me, or I would say the bottom line, is that if you're all in on AI, and I know you are, that you have an opportunity with Micron to get killer exposure to the memory backbone at a steal of the valuation. And considering all the factors that we talked about, when you look at stellar performance, when you look at accelerating product innovation, we look at AI tailwinds, and we look at massive share price momentum and a dirt cheap evaluation, Micron is a great choice for you in 2026. Guys, this is not hype. These are the fundamental screaming value. So do you agree on Micron? Where do you position it? Love to hear it in the comments below. Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you waiting? Or is there another stock or another piece of this AI that you think is even more valued? Share it with us so the community can learn and we can all benefit from it together. But again, appreciate you joining and listening to the video. I hope you have a great night and look forward to sharing the next one with you soon.